But basically what I want to assure the council is that you have made a decision to relocate the slave auction block. I'm here to tell you that your Public Works Department has the capabilities, has the resources to make that move of that culturally significant artifact from the sidewalk. We have the equipment, we have the necessary expertise to make that move. We have looked at the block. As Ms. Schwartz had mentioned earlier this year, Dovetail Cultural Resources Group had done a study, kind of a pilot dig around that block. Our staff assisted with that dig, so we were there on site to take a look at the block itself up close. The block is roughly 3.5 feet long, with about 2.5 feet sticking out of the ground. Actually 2.3 feet according to the report. About 1.3 feet is below grade, so it's not as deep in the ground as what we initially suspected, which should make the extraction easier. Until this report, we weren't sure how deep it was in the ground. So we're confident that we can extract it without damage to the block. Our plan is we will have Dovetail Cultural Resources with us as we do the extraction, to help guide us to make sure that what we do around that block is done in a safe way to protect it. We will make sure we do it in a respectful and dignified way. When we do pull it out, our plan is to place it securely onto a custom-made pallet that it will sit on for transport. And assuming it does go to the museum, we'll work closely with the museum to ensure that it gets transferred into their facility, again, as safely as possible. So we may have possibly the easier job in this, in that this is the kind of work that we do more or less day in and day out. We work with heavy objects, pipes and concrete and trees and things of that nature. So this is nothing out of the ordinary for us to be able to do a heavy lifting job. We can definitely do this job, and we're happy to do that for council and the city.
Madam Mayor, I would just stress, of course, we would do that, just to repeat, in cooperation with expert archaeologists on site to ensure that we're taking every precaution necessary to preserve the item intact. And of course, we would also do that with the intent of making sure that it's in a presentable fashion, meaning it's cleaned appropriately in the proper manner before it's actually turned over, if indeed that's the path we take to the museum for display. We're ready to take further direction from council, either to defer or amend, or otherwise take your input on this matter.
One portion of this plan, this recommended plan, involves the loan agreement between the city and the museum. There are misconceptions about, and so I want to express publicly that we're talking about a loan, not a gift. And one of the, and I know the museum has every intent, but they've got to do their planning too. We can't just hand it to them and say, okay, you guys do something. They obviously have to do their planning too. But one of the concerns expressed to me in the general public is access, particularly access by school children, access, for educational purposes, and that will be very much part of the agreement.